In a bustling city, where dreams often seemed like distant stars, there lived a little girl named Aara. At just 10 years old, she was a beacon of hope. In a world that often forgot to look up, Aara lived in a rundown slum on the city's edge, where crumbling buildings stood as silent witnesses to the struggles of those who called them home. Her days were filled with the scent of dust and desperation, yet her spirit remained unbroken. She had one responsibility that weighed heavily on her small shoulders: caring for her sick grandmother, whose frail body had become a canvas of burn and suffering. Each morning, Aara would rise before the sun, her heart filled with a determination that belied her age. She would fold colorful sheets of paper into intricate pinwheels, each one infused with a wish. To the untrained eye, they were mere toys, but to Aara, they were vessels of hope. "If I give hope to others," she often whispered to herself, "maybe someday hope will come back to me too." With a basket of her creation balanced on her head, she would navigate the busy streets, her eyes scanning the faces of passers-by, searching for those who needed a spark of joy. But the world was often unkind to Aara. Many dismissed her as the silly dream seller, mocking her for her belief in the power of wishes. Children would giggle as they watched her, and adults would shake their heads, their laughter echoing like a cruel reminder of her reality. Yet, Aara remained undeterred. Each pinwheel she sold carried with it a piece of her heart, a glimmer of hope that she believed could light up even the darkest corners of despair. One fateful day, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Aara spotted a boy sitting on the curb, tears streaming down his cheeks. His small frame shook with silent sobs, and without a second thought, she approached him. "What's wrong?" she asked gently, kneeling beside him. He looked up, his eyes wide and filled with sorrow. "My parents are always fighting," he choked out, "and I wish they would stop." Aara's heart ached for him. Without hesitation, she handed him one of her pinwheels. "Make a wish," she said, her voice soft and encouraging. "And remember, hope is always there, even when it feels far away." The boy took the pinwheel, his face lighting up with a flicker of hope. The next day, he returned, beaming with joy. "Aara, it worked. My parents stopped fighting," he exclaimed, his laughter ringing like music in the air. In that moment, Aara felt a surge of warmth in her chest. Despite her own struggles, she had made a difference in someone else's life. This was the essence of her existence, the reason she continued to sell dreams without asking for anything in return. As the days turned into weeks, Aara's kindness spread like ripples in a pond. She reached out to the broken-hearted, the lonely and the hopeless, and so far, sharing her pinwheels with anyone who needed a little light. But soon, the weight of her own reality became heavier than she could bear. Her grandmother's health began to decline, and the small amount of money Aara earned from selling her toys dwindled. The rainy season arrived, drenching the streets in a relentless downpour, and Aara found herself alone, clutching her last pinwheel as despair threatened to engulf her. On that dreary day, as the rain soaked through her clothes and her heart felt heavy with worry, Aara stood on the corner, tears mingling with the raindrops. She had given everything she had, yet now she felt utterly lost. Just then, a sleek car pulled up beside her, and a woman stepped out, her face familiar yet distant. It was a wealthy woman, the mother of the boy Aara had helped. She recognized Aara from that day long ago, when a simple act of kindness had brought hope to her family. With a warm smile, the woman approached Aara. "I remember you," she said, her voice filled with sincerity. "You gave my son a pinwheel when he needed it most. You gave him hope." Aara looked up, surprised and hopeful. The woman continued, "Now it's my turn to help you. Your grandmother needs treatment, and I want to make sure she gets the care she deserves. And I'd like to help you too. Enroll you in school and help you start a small shop. We can call it Dreams for Sale." Aara's heart soared as she processed the woman's words. The kindness of a stranger had turned her world upside down. With tears of gratitude streaming down her face, Aara nodded, overwhelmed by the unexpected turn of fate. Years passed, and Aara grew up with the love and support she had once only dreamed of. She thrived in school, her mind blossoming with knowledge, and her small shop became a cherished place in the community where dreams were not just sold but nurtured. Aara continued to share hope and kindness with others, her heart forever grateful for the woman who had returned the favor when she needed it most. As she stood in her shop, surrounded by laughter and joy, Aara reflected on her journey. She had learned that while some sell things for money, she had sold dreams, and life had paid her back in kindness. In that moment, she realized that the smallest acts of hope could illuminate the darkest paths, reminding everyone that dreams are worth believing in, no matter how distant they may seem.